happens that you do not intend to do a video, because actually today I was supposed to drive my Corvette, but it's still stuck on the lift, and I'm like, I wanted to drive and the urge is still there to drive, so I walked over to Track Speed and asked him like, hey, what do you guys have for me? Can I just take something? Can take a Golf? I don't really care. I'm like, hey, why don't you try the old girl, the 991.1 GT3 RS, because it's not the latest RS, it's not a GT3, and you can see how it is, and you can also show people how it is. And also, if you guys looking for a Nürburgring rental, stop by Track Speed, use code Misha5, get 5% off your next rental, whether it's a GT3 RS or a Golf or whatever. But anyhow, 2015, 2016 model, do not quote me on that, 500 horsepower, yada yada, the first one with a big wing. And the interesting about today's video is we have here another Misha. Yeah.
Hi guys.
Also Nürburgring local, and I saw him and we went for a lap, and he's actually driving the 992 GT3, the car that many of you already of course know. The major difference between the two, here on the front we still have the McPherson all-type suspension, and over here we have fancy wheels, lightweight, Weissach probably or something, I don't know. Carbon ceramics as well, so less rotational mass versus steel on endless pads though, but double wishbone front suspension. Now, if you have driven the two cars, the difference is like night and day, honestly, because like the double wishbone front suspension allows you to turn in so much better, to go on the brakes much better because the front is much more compliant, and also on a bumpy surface like the Nürburgring you have so much more control and grip. It's insane. Actually, the way to prove it, the Nürburgring lap time of this car is I believe around 7:25, whereas this one done a 6:59. So there is literally like half a minute difference between the two, but also 10 years, because again, this is 2015, this is, yeah, around 2021, maybe 22,
yes,
something like that, but still completely new generation 992 with all the results of that. Also 510 horsepower, this one has just 500, so slightly less. This was the first with a 4-liter engine, I believe, ever since every single one of them has a 4-liter. But yeah, other than that, very beautiful interior as well, all the carbon bucket seats, everything nice here as well. This one has like 50,000 kilometers, and actually it has an engine refresh, which is pretty cool, because actually when I walked over to Track Speed and they offered me this car, I was like, have you fixed it? Because last year the car was very tired, and over the winter it received big overhaul, new engine heads, cylinder heads, all the suspension kinematics, and the car is really mwah. But of course limited by this. However, limited because you have 996, 997, the OG Porsches. And anyhow, the last final difference to mention are the tires. If we are comparing cars anyway, 265 on the front, Nankai CRS, and here we have 255 probably.
265.
Also 265. Okay, one size bigger in CRS. Sorry, AR1. AR1, and this is CRS. So Nankai CRS 265. So identical tires actually. On the back here is also 325. So actually a size bigger than factory. And here we have also 325. Somewhere. Yeah, there we go. 325. But flip the screen. There we go. Anyway, what was your impression? Like, it was good fun.
Thank you very much, man. It was perfect time in my life, I think. Thank you.
It was very good driving.
Yes,
really
thank
insane.
You.
Thank you so much. So
Batman.
yes,
Thank you.
it was very cool. Again, yeah, if you want to ask another Misha about his experience with this car or any other, you can send him a DM on Instagram. Anyway, I'm gonna go probably get a drink now because there was some nice warm laps, and those diners probably closed, maybe open, I don't know. See you guys in tomorrow's video, I guess, when we do some other laps. The best laps happen when you do not intend to do anything. Like, I was not intending to do anything fancy. I just put my cameras just in case, because I always have one rule: whenever you do not put cameras in, and it happened 5 times in my life roughly, every time something crazy happens. Either a passenger pukes, or there is some road rage, or like some fancy chase. And now, again, yeah, so it was a good shout. And of course also for insurance purposes, what ifs and buts. But yeah, anyway, enjoy the lap, and if you want to drive this baby, hit up Track Speed. And by the way, they have also a nice deal where you can do a 2x2. So rent 901 GT3 RS and then also 992. Not this particular car, but you get what I'm getting at. All right, enough gibberish. Yeah, enjoy the sunset and the drive. Bye. All right, another lap. Misha is gonna stay behind me, he said, because his tires are too hot now. And Autovlogs in the 765 LT will be also running behind. Ooh, the aircon is blowing hot air. Feels like a cop car almost. Let's have some fun. Ah, AC off. Okay, let's turn it on now. We have 3 minutes before the track closure, but I think I had my fun.